Hi guys, welcome to Investing with GYK. Today we'll talk about some other current bearish cases about on Tesla. So I mentioned the Model 3's lack of profitability, or in fact the pretty high loss rate. I think it was like negative 12% or negative 11 or 12% or something. No, sorry, it was worse. It was let me take a look. Forgot what it was. It was this should be unit gross margin. C15. Oh, this was actually calculated wrong. Sorry. Gross profit is negative such. That means actual COGS is supposed to be sales minus gross profit. Yeah, I should mark these well. Divided by number of cars. Oh, somehow it's still correct. C14 minus C16. C16 is C15. That was right. That was right. It's not 11. I don't have a margin. So let's see. Model 3 gross margin. That would be that divided by the profit. Sorry, the no, that will be should be 1 minus COGS divided by ASP. 20%, negative 20%. Yay! Okay. So we mentioned that last time, and today I will address some other bearish cases. So first of all, I went through all their delivery reports. I came up with this list, and you can see the Model S and X numbers were growing rapidly, and I'm not sure if it is going to peak at the moment. We'll see the number next quarter, but as of now, quarter over quarter, this is actually a reduction if you compare that against 2017 Q1. Actually a fairly significant reduction as well. So it could be supply bound, it could be production bound, or demand bound, I don't know. So that's one case we have to pay attention to. Secondly is the energy actually has fairly low margins. So if you look at their numbers here, say if we go to, that's last year's number, so selected financial data, okay. Whoops, probably looking at the wrong thing. Financial statement and supplementary data of operations. Okay, yeah. So if you look at the revenue is about 1.1 billion, right? And then the cost is 800. So you're looking at 1 billion, yeah, 874 something billion. Divided by that. So minus 1, you're looking at 22% last year. First quarter this year, it got quite a bit worse. And if you look at 10Q from the recent quarter, the operations, right? And then you can see the energy storage was 400 million, and then the cost was 375, 363 divided by 410022. So now you'll have a less than 9%, 8.5% margin. So very low margin stuff. I'm not sure what the hell happened here. They may have explained it. I haven't read the entire 10Q. So that's the second issue. Third issue is the cost of warranty. I have made this calculation previously. I've shown you this in a some previous video as well. So essentially, I counted the number of cars sold and I estimated how many of these cars are still under warranty. The nice thing is that Tesla, up until 2017, only sold 2 types of cars, essentially. They all have 8-year warranty, so almost all of them have been are still under warranty. So the warranty cost that's actually spent per each eligible car plus the provision is actually the actual cost. That's basically the way the way the accounting works. And then the and then basically the per car expense is around 3.53, let's say $3,000, right? So last time we mentioned that, you know, even if Tesla is able to drop their COGS, the cost of goods sold, dramatically, and essentially go from costing $68,000 to build to costing just $50,000 to build, that's a huge improvement, right? Let's say that only gets them $7,000 when most of the cars are pretty loaded. And out of that $7,000, it is likely they're going to spend $3,000 on warranty. So now you're left with only $4,000 potentially to cover for the R&D and sales cost and, you know, all the other things. So that's why I think Model 3 will be inherently unprofitable. They will lose money on each car sold. It doesn't matter how, even with the maximum economy of scale. So the other thing that we have to pay attention to is autonomous driving. There's this thing I found on ZDNet. They don't seem to have some kind of axe to grind. So top is GM and Waymo. GM, holy shit, I never expected that. But in any case, they have level 4 self-driving. Waymo, the Google the subsidiary, they've been working on this for almost 10 years. And they have level 4 too. I think. Do they have a level 4? Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say, but. And Daimler, Ford, Volkswagen, BMW, Aptiv. And if you look at the entire list, what do you see that's missing? Within the leader list, there is no Tesla. The reason is Tesla is a level 2 autonomous driving vehicle. What that means is you need your hands on the wheel all the time, and its definition is, let's see, this is not here, but we can go to Wikipedia. Autonomous driving level. Levels of self. Okay, so in US, level 2 means, yeah, this thing will do steering and deceleration with one or more driver assistance systems. With the expectation that the human driver performs all aspects of dynamic driving task. So the difference is in level 2, you got execution of steering and acceleration is by the system, like completely by the system. And sometimes, yeah, basically it's just, very limited self-driving. At level 3, you basically should intervene when requested. And level 4 is when if you don't intervene when requested, it will still perform. So that is the big difference. I think Tesla is level 2. Autonomous driving level. Autopilot level? Well, they said, that's another thing, they said they will be fully autonomous, but given their hardware, it is impossible. It's just not enough compute power. But currently, their Autopilot 1 was between level 2 and level 3. Okay, and what about their hardware 2 then? Some crashes, but that's when things. Hardware 2. Oh, that's not very useful. Do they have autopilot? Autopilot. Well, at least by 2017, they were still at level 2. Tesla Autopilot is level 2, according to this website. And this Clean Technica level 2 is what? You got so Tesla is between 2 and 3. So according to this website, I'm not entirely sure, if I can find like a authoritative source of that data, but maybe they will have that 2, 3, autopilot. So this is the this is the 10K. So that's the yearly report, annual report. Does it say anything about levels here? Self-driving development. Well, doesn't say anything. Well, I may find this data later, but it doesn't say anything here. So autonomous driving is lagging behind. And the other last thing I want to touch on is in terms of efficiency. Tesla's been boasting that they're going to do this alien dreadnought, crazy technology that will increase efficiency of car building by who knows what. So I picked out the number of employees and the amount of revenue, amount of cars. And I picked a high-end one, a company that's known for efficiency, a middle-of-the-road company, and Tesla. In terms of number of employees, Porsche has about the same amount of employees as Tesla. At the moment, they have more than double the revenue. They have the revenue per employee is about 3 times as Tesla's. The number of cars they build is about is more than twice Tesla's value, and then the cars produced per employee per year is about 8.2, and Tesla's 2.75. You see the numbers. The average selling prices of these two companies are somewhat similar, 100K-ish. Right, so in this case, it's 100 and a little bit more. So Porsche's average selling price is slightly higher than Tesla's. So then if you look at Toyota obviously is known for efficiency. Their revenue is much higher. Their employee count is much higher. But in terms of revenue per employee, they're still more than double Tesla's. In terms of number of cars per employee, they're also, well, there's no comparison. They build like 10 times the number of cars. Ford built 10 times the number of cars. And Ford revenue per employee is actually only slightly lower than Toyota's. So that just means Toyota's average selling price is somewhat higher than Ford's in this case. But you can see this is in a ballpark. This is also in the same ballpark. This is 1/10. So if you put it into a graph, this is going to look completely ridiculous. Yeah, that's how shitty their numbers are. Now, let's say in an ideal situation, like perfectly ideal situation, right? Tesla is going to keep the same number of employees, right? So they can increase their production without hiring any new person. And in terms of revenue, I added last year's revenue. Last year had a few Model 3s, but let's say that did not exist. Everything was, I just throw that in for free. So add in 5,000 cars for 52 weeks, each one selling for $55,000. All these are optimistic numbers, right? They probably won't be able to sell 55,000 cars in the future. They may not be able to hit 5,000 per week, and they definitely won't be able to run the entire 52 weeks on that production number. No auto manufacturer do. You need time to retool the production line. So this is the absolute best scenario that they can possibly get, in my view, in by the end of this year, possibly by the end of next year as well. And the revenue will grow. It will still be less than Ford. Okay, so even with this, the revenue will be less than Ford, and then the average selling price is much higher than Ford's. Their number of cars produced will be more than Porsche's, but not that much more, about 50%. And their cars per employee will still be below 10. Okay, so this is absolutely crazy scenario, like optimistic scenario for Tesla. They won't hire anyone. They will be able to produce 5,000. Each one will sell for a lot of money. It's basically, these are all loaded Model 3s, and then they will produce nonstop over the year. This is as good as it gets. So where is the alien dreadnought efficiency? It does not exist. Okay, so these are the short cases for essentially the current state of Tesla, and more in terms of numbers and stuff. So I think I still have about 4 areas that I'm short on. I will talk about these in the future. See you next time. And if you like this, please subscribe. And if Tesla bulls want to bash me, please do tell me which, but be factual, right? So tell me what numbers I got wrong, what projections you disagree with, and yeah, and I welcome any argument like that. So I'm already short. If you tell me something that I don't yet know, and that might change my position on Tesla, you're helping me. So I do actually thank you quite a bit. I don't want to lose money. So, see you next time.